And is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. His face is weather-beaten, he wears a hooded sash, with a silver hat about his head and a bristling black mustache. He growls as he storms the country, a villain big and bold, and the trees all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
You can't make this shit up.
Touchdown! Great down along the first service gives them a lot of firepower where they can pressure the quarterback also when he needs to. The silver and black faithful will say, boy, that brings back some memories of Jeff Squire back in 1983 with an interception right before the half on a similar play and a touchdown.
You can't make this shit up.
Touchdown! Raiders!
Who's got?
DB shooters, he's got Cooper. There he goes.
And Bo Jackson to the 20 and out in front, and only one man to get in, and he's big. Can't run him down. He had the angle, but there goes Bo, and nobody catches Bo. Touchdown!
Touchdown! Raiders!
Yo, Trey Trump reverse.
It's going down, fade to black.
When you have great coaches, then after you have great coaches, you get great players. You have a great organization, and you tell them one thing: just win, baby.
Well, how you doing out there, guys? Guys and gals, mates and wenches, the folks of Raider Nation. I'm Captain Jack. First things first, of course, happy Mother's Day. Because we need to make sure that we at least acknowledge all that our mother has done for us. She's at least given birth to you. And for those of you that are in dysfunctional families, like myself, I at least reached out and made sure that my mom was sent Mother's Day greetings. Hey, see, Glenn was out there cooking. Tell you what I did, Glenn. As I did in the video yesterday, I said the best thing you can do for Mother's Day is tell your mom or tell your gal that you're going to take her out on a Saturday. If you take her out on Saturday, you're not going to wait in line for 2.5 hours at the restaurant. That's just me. You had the idea, which is good, is that you did the grilling on your grill. That's awesome. I'm not a griller, and I don't play one on TV. You know, let's see what we can do here. There we go. I'm not a griller. I have a grill. I could burn a steak. Pro tips. About to start up a tri-tip. Hey, if there's any really, really good leftovers, not that you're going to save them for me now, but when you know that I'm out there in Oakland, I like to eat. So I'm all for being a consumer of fantastic meals. You know what I really like too? And Raider B did this. and he's in here. So thanks for Raider. He will tell you what I love and what I can't make. I mean, it's the easiest things to make is the jalapeno with the cheese in it wrapped in the bacon. Oh, no. Hey, B, no worries. This is a social call. I love anything that you can bring up. Dysfunctional Raider Nation all day. Dysfunction. No. Maria, I didn't say that we're dysfunctional. I said that some of us come from dysfunctional families. Yes, it's a Howie Long 75. It is. It's like a jersey shirt. The jalapeno poppers. Glenn knows what it is. So if you have jalapeno poppers when I'm coming out to Oakland, make sure you send them my way, or at least let me know where you are. I love them. I love food. Love Mexican food. I stay away from the onions because I'm kind of allergic to onions. You can cook with the onions. Just make sure I don't have too many with you. But again, I'm sorry. Off subject. This is your show because I had nothing else I wanted to do, and I wanted to make sure that we were out here for you. Raider Reaction tries to do, Steve, I will. I just need to make sure I know where you're at each time that you're out there, and I will definitely stop by. I'll eat whatever is available. Knock wood, that I'm still kicking and screaming each time. I'll make sure I come out and eat. Bacon wrap poppers. That's exactly what I was talking about too. So I love those. Of course, us of the Jewish faith, and I'm half and half. Those are zebra wrapped poppers. And you have some holiday zebra. You have the zebra that you get from the Honey Baked Zebra store. Subway sandwiches, salad, oven up, watching you say, hey, Hector, you're in here, you're eating, you're having a great time. Getting hungry again. Glenn, I didn't get a chance to even tell you. I said yesterday I went to the restaurant, celebrated Mother's Day there, had the meal. Hey, take care there, B. We'll see you in a bit. Do Mother's Day if you can. If you want to go out to a restaurant, do it on Saturday. Tell your lady, tell your mom you're going to take her out on Saturday. You're gonna just beat all of the rush on a Sunday. It's her Mother's Day. You know what the occasion's for, so just let them celebrate it a day early. And then on Sunday, what you can do is, instead of rolling through all of the restaurant crap that you have to deal with, that you can go to like a park, you can go to an amusement, you can go to the movies, do a bunch of things, stay in at the house, play Yahtzee. People still play Yahtzee anymore? Not sure. Yeah, Tony, like I said, I love them, but just those onions, man. I gotta, unless they are chopped and cooked fine, then I'll eat them. What that is, Hector? What are we talking about here? What, a voodoo donut? Yeah, I like donuts. Rachel, how you doing as well? Thanks for coming in. Raider Reactions post for the East Coast pre-Mother's Day dinner. I did I did the restaurant yesterday. Yahtzee on the phone? Okay. Yeah, Yahtzee's on the phone. Yeah, I like to play the real Yahtzee. There's nothing like getting those 5 dice in there. Great. I like Yahtzee. Oh, excuse me. A little bit of the eye thing going. So today for the instead of, like I said, the rush for the dinner, got some pizza, homemade, or what do you call it, like basically pre-baked, ready to go in. Had that going in, threw some extra meat on it, extra cheese. I sauteed some mushrooms, but apparently I didn't saute the mushrooms to something that was appreciated. So I'm sorry. I'll make sure I do them better next time, I guess. Hey, Rachel. Thank you for the highs. The Black Heart, football, and the Skelton. That's a lady of my dreams. Knows how to say good things. Jason Dean, good to see you as well. But we're here, and I apologize. I love food. These are other things that I will tell you that I love my Raiders, obviously, or I wouldn't be doing this. Love food, so I can talk about food. Can't make but a lick. I can bake, but I don't really make. So anybody that has the wherewithal to do that, good to see you. Commish, Raider Bear to talk. Matt, not even going to go into that. If you're going to talk about Raider Bear and the commish, that is between them, and I'm not going to go into it. If you guys can understand that, I don't want any part of it. I don't want to talk about it here because it doesn't matter to you right now, because we are doing the show for y'all. It's about the Raiders. It's about our fan base. So like I said, if it's me, I'll throw some food in there and I'm going to throw some movies in there. But I'm not going to deal with drama. Matt, no problem on asking the questions. Just let it settle. Let it settle. Because honestly, I'm here for you. I hope you guys can understand my feelings on that. Because I don't want to get involved with the drama either. I can give a fuck about, I even said the F word. See what you did, Matt? And I'm the one that used thank you. See, William knows. I'm talking about the Raiders. And I'm talking about football. I'm talking about food. And I'm talking about the movies. And I'll talk about trivia too. So I got things to talk about. But basically, I want to say that if you have questions or if you want to talk about some things off the cuff, that's what we're here to do. So there's plenty of things that we can talk about. I mean, there's questions. I'm going to throw things out as well that are topical. Not Voodoo Donut Shop. I don't know. Hey, Hector, if the Voodoo Donut Shop is anywhere near a game, if they have, personally I prefer jellies and creams. Yeah. Okay. Let's chat Raider football. Gruden doing the line. Okay. That's true, Chris. That's what it is. Because again, I got topics. Thank you. Jason Dean's going right at it. Hey, let's do this. Defensive line. And this has been something that was, Gruden even said in his press conferences when he came to be. He was talking about even before the draft. I don't even think it was even in free agency. He says that basically he put an APB out on Mario Edwards Jr. Said that he was the key to the defense that push up the middle. Jelly Ellis is not there for push up the middle. Jelly Ellis is there to clog the hole, throw people off of them, hopefully, and make the tackles on the running backs in the running game. Okay, Mario Edwards Jr. is like we used to have with Richard Seymour, like we used to have with Howie Long. Howie played tackle and end. He would bust in and out depending upon the situation. When Howie played, he was there with Greg Townsend. He was there with Bill Pickell. He was there with the people that pushed the pocket. Okay? In the inside, here's the thing. Maurice Hurst is going to be a stud, but don't sleep on P.J. Hall. The man is mammoth. He's like a newer version of what we used to have in Rod Coleman. And if I'm talking about players you guys don't know about, let me know, because I'm a little older and I know these guys. That's right. Sapp, please do not get into Warren Sapp, Chris. That was a waste of dollars. And that guy literally lives right over there. He's got a house right over there. I mean, I'm not talking in my development, but I can point to where his house is. It's that close here in the Tampa area. And he's an ass. He's an ass. And I tell it to him to his face nicely, said he's an ass. Jason Dean knows about it. P.J. Hall is going to be the plugger. Now, remember, we got Jelly Ellis, we got P.J. Hall. We have, I think we re-signed Nico Autry. There's one of them. Oh, I'm sorry, Hester. Hester is the other big plugger. Thank you. No sap talk. A lot of the upside. Okay, yeah, but you know what? Ability, and Nate's got it. P.J. Hall has the ability, okay? Yeah, he's going to be up against better competition now, but if the guy has the ability and he's got the body type and he can do what he needs to do, sure, he's not going to be able to do it as easily, but I tell you what, Rod Coleman was from a small school and he ate it up in the NFL, okay? He ate it up. And there was another gentleman, and I can't remember, and I apologize. He was with the Raiders. He ate it up. He was from another small school. He went to the New Orleans Saints. You guys that are older, you can give me the name. He went to the New Orleans Saints, and he was a star there too because the ability, okay, to do things is there. He has the ability. He just needs the chance to do it. And Jason Dean's got it. We got a good rotation of guys. If Mario Edwards Jr. can push the pocket like Gruden wants, if P.J. Hall can push the pocket like he's shown the ability, Mo Hurst did it for years at Michigan. He was a stud in the Big Ten. He has that ability to do it. I think we're going to be fine on the defensive line. Vanderdoes, excuse me, that wasn't deliberate on Vanderdoes. No, it wasn't Otis Sistrunk, Matt. Otis wasn't the guy I was thinking about. Ah, man, see, Hector's got to do it. You know, it should be Warren the vacuum cleaner sap because he sucked up a bunch of money from us and didn't give anything in return but dust. I said it. Don't talk about that man again, please. He's not worth my air. No, Bob, I'm talking about, I know he came from a small school in Villanova. I'm talking about this guy was a, first off, African-American gentleman. Played for the Raiders. He went to the Saints and was phenomenal for the Saints for years as well. I know that Rod Coleman played well for us and he went to the Falcons, so that's not who I'm talking about. This was a guy who went to the Saints. So if somebody can put the name up there, I'll say, aha, yeah, that's who it was. But again, remember, hey, free safety. Yeah, Nate, remind me in a couple seconds. We're going to get to that. And Nate, while I got you online, no, I know he's a rotational guy. I was getting to that, but I kind of got off the point. In the rotation between Hall, between Hurst, between Mario Edwards Jr., when Vanderdoes comes back, okay? And remember, at end, because Irvin and Mack are going to be playing end this year, and that's going to be their positions, okay? How you doing, Lance? Good. I'm waving, partner. Because we got those guys at end with Arden Key, who's going to be a phenomenal pickup for us. Nnamdi Asomugha? What's that about? Best thing about Nnamdi Asomugha is he married a beautiful lady who makes a bunch of money and can act her ass off. Kerry Washington. Key, there you go. But actually, that's a good segue. The key to our defense, see how I did that? Is the rotation of the guys. Hey, thanks, Lance, and I appreciate that as well. Leslie came in. I know we're going to have a great show because Leslie came in. I didn't want to jinx it. And how you guys doing? Long out. Yeah, I know. Great. Yeah, and yeah, thank you, Bob. Thanks for clarifying that. Yes. Villanova is a basketball school. And Howie Long came there and kicked ass, Pro Bowl, and all that. Thanks again as well. But it doesn't matter where the players came from. It doesn't matter. What matters is the ability that they show, the drive and the heart, the determination, what they do in the pros. Okay, is all I really care about. How many block punts do you think Irvin will have? Honestly, Chris, if he's in on, I don't think Irvin's going to play on the punt block team because He's older. He's longer in the tooth. I think if anything, that's where Arden Key and Khalil Mack might play because they're a little bit quicker. Yeah, okay. Nate, I got you. He needs to gain some weight, but he has the frame to gain that weight. Remember when Alden Smith, who he's being compared to, by the way, even from Bruce Irvin, when Alden Smith came into the league, he was a lot skinnier, and he still was a terror. And it took him a couple of years, even though he really turned it out as his rookie, it took him a couple of years to get built into that frame. Okay? Get there and play football. Thank you. So, Nate, I hope I answered your question. Yeah, he's going to be phenomenal. It's going to take him a little bit to get his drive going. Remember, everybody thought that Khalil Mack was a bust when he was a rookie. He wasn't. It just took him a while to really get going. Yeah, and I know about Eddie Pinheiro. You guys can ask me about Eddie Pinheiro and Townsend, the punter, because I'm a Gator. Right over there, actually right over there, is my Gator helmet. It's off camera. And yeah, same mold of Aaron Donald. I still think more that Hall is more along the lines of I had it. I had the guy that I was talking about. Steal the draft. I agree with that as well. Luwani at safety. Yeah. And that we were going to okay, let's transition. Let's talk about the defensive backfield because people are saying that we're hurting there. Okay. I don't have the roster in front of me. I'm sorry. That's what you guys, I'm sure you're going to chime in. But if I do remember, okay, Marcus Gilchrist was signed as our big free agent. He's going to be safety and slot defensive back. Warchant? Warchant. Oh, no, Nate. No. I don't do this crap. I do this. Because I don't just have the T-shirt. I actually went to school there. There's plenty of people that talk a lot of crap from college, and they didn't even go there. I actually went to Florida. I didn't get a degree from there, but I went to Florida for 2.5 years. So I had enough credits to get an associate's and use that where I actually graduated later on. Yes, I am educated. I actually have a degree. So I agree. And, Nate, are you an FSU alum or just a guy who likes them? Because, I got a belly full of FSU from a dude at my work. He was looks like I think he's a lieutenant colonel in the Air Force. And, excuse me, if he's even watching this, he was no, you didn't. I didn't turn the volume down. I just don't want to say it. He was and that's what I get from a lot from the FSU. If that fits for you, great. If it doesn't, it's not meant for you. But I just get a belly full of that from a bunch of people. And you know what? The guy had the audacity, said, well, hey, we've beaten you 5 years in a row. I told him, I said, okay, what's the record for most wins in a row between Florida State? And I know the answer. It's 6. And what is it? Florida has beaten Florida State record. Historically, the record is 6 in a row. Hey, Nate, I got you, man. Bobby, there's a difference between FSU and the coaches because I love Bobby Bowden. I do. I love Bobby Bowden. I do because Bobby was just down home and real. We're all and Hector. I'm not saying anything bad, but I think a bunch of us are old. The glory days. Instead of baseball, we're all the old high school football players. I know I am. I'm a lineman. That's why I coached the line in Europe a couple years ago. Shoot. It's been almost 20 years ago. I coached the linemen in Europe for the high school, in the Dodge schools. But again, let's talk. See, I get off track. Let's talk about the safety position, the defensive backs. We have Luwani. I think Luwani is going to be a really important asset this year. I mean, he did some playing time last year. He was getting the feel of the game. He can hit. No. Trojans maybe, Johnny. USC Gamecocks. The only thing I like about USC, fire Gruden and McKenzie. Ah, the trolls are out. Welcome to the show, Gary. It's not a show until you have some people trolling for answers. I ain't biting, dude. I will say this. This is John Gruden's team. Running back. Cool, Hector. I could. Yeah, I know. Nate, and so I'm not a defensive back. So you said that you were probably a lot skinnier and you had to play like D-back and wide receiver. I don't know all about the defensive back. I'm a lineman, guys. Oh, who are you talking about, Jason? Me or Gary? I don't know. Anyway, I know about the line. I know about pulling, stunning, all the things like that, what it takes to be a big lineman and not a big, stupid lineman. You know, the offensive linemen are probably the smartest people on the field because there's a lot of things that they have to do that even the receivers and the quarterback sometimes can be dunderheads as well. Yeah, okay. Cliff, I got you. You know, there's some things going on in the Gruden regime, but you know what? It's Gruden's team. It was Gruden's team when Mark Davis gave him – thank you, Jason. I didn't think you were talking about me. I mean, I think we got a pretty good rapport. It was Gruden's team when Mark Davis gave him a 10-year, $100 million contract. I got you, Chris, and I have no problem. Discourse. We are having a conversation. I appreciate that. If I can't fend for myself, hey, there's something wrong here. I'm a retired Navy chief, dude. And again, thank you for putting that in, Chris. But you know, I am a retired Navy chief. I don't take bull for long from anybody. Okay, but I appreciate it. Well, hee-haw, welcome to you, donkey. I don't know, Heck, you're gonna have to explain that one. And again, I wasn't belittling you as a running back. Thank you, Jace. I wish I had the speed. When I was younger, I was, I played kind of like fullback as a youngster. They called me bulldozer because people couldn't drag me down. Let's get back. Safeties. Okay, Gilchrist has come in. Okay, Luwani, and then we have Obi, and then thank you as well, Jace. I appreciate that. And the guys that are there, thank you as well, Leslie. There you go. Matt's got it. Now here's the thing. Obi, Joe, and Harris. Harris was the kid that we signed that's kind of like a special teams guy as well, is he not? I think so. Again, I apologize. I was making the pizza. I'm not as prepared, and to me. There you go. Thanks, Nate. Thanks. I appreciate the props. It's true. If you're a good lineman, you're going to last a while. But, with Obi, with Joseph, Nelson's going to be out back there to teach the scheme. He may make the 53. I don't know. Ganking our draft options. Yep. Oh no, I got you. And I wrote an article. On that. And one thing at a time, as far as the ganking the positions, I wrote an article about armchair general managers. We're all of us are armchair general managers. We all think we should have done this, we should have done that. Obviously, the decisions were made by the head coach and the general manager. That'd be Gruden, that'd be Reggie McKenzie, working together. And things that we wanted to do, they didn't do. We were all pissed that we got 2 tackles. But the point, then we thought about it. It's like, you know what? if Derek Carr does not stay upright and clean, we don't go anywhere because Carr runs the machine. Carr is the car. He runs the machine. As far as Trey Boston, we did sign a was it a 6'6" tight end? So we got some size there. But if you are a tight end, yeah, that Jason's got it. No Carr, no wins. But and if I'm not mistaken, Trey Boston was the tight end that the Chargers had, not the other guy, Gates, but Trey Boston. Familiarize me, Jason, if I'm calling that incorrectly. Okay, Colton Miller, injury prone. You'll let Nate get into that because I haven't heard that. Hearing footsteps, that's right. Thank you, Javier. He's got it as well. Safety. Trey Boston is safety. Oh, that Trey Boston. Was he a Cardinal? He was a Cardinal, right? Jason? Where do you, I know that name. Trey Boston. I was, and you know what? I was thinking of the big tight end Boston. That was the big overblown dude. I apologize. Trey Boston, safety. Arizona Cardinals, correct? A Charger. Okay. I stand corrected again. That's why we're having this conversation. I don't know. And I still think that we are going to two chokers. I call them the garglers. I think it's more of a slam, and I will tell you what they're gargling because there are ladies here. Yeah, Trey Burton. No. I know who Trey Burton is. Trey Burton came from the University of Florida and played for the Eagles. I know who Trey Burton is. Trust me. If he's a Gator, I know who he is. Darryl Boston, I think. The guy played for Ohio State. Just going back. Who's the one that has the heart issues? Johnny, the gentleman with the heart issues is Maurice Hurst. And I'll tell you who else who had heart issues. Okay, Nate, that's possible. And I'll admit that there's a East Coast prejudice here because, again, David Boston. There you go. New big kid. Screw whatever I said his first name was, but that's who I was thinking of. I was like, man, that guy's got to be old now. Yeah, Hurst. Hurst is the guy. Now, here's the other thing. When a gentleman by the name of Latulele came into the draft a few years ago, he popped the same issues with a heart problem. Okay? And you guys know that Star Latulele should have been our draft pick, but he dropped and he went to the Panthers, and the guy went to a Super Bowl because of all the good things that the Panthers did. I like that. Zing. Good for Cliff. I'm with you, man. I have heart issues every fourth quarter. You and me both, brother. And I actually do have heart issues, so watching a Raider game is not good for my health. Johnny throws up Star from Utah. Good. So you guys know what I was talking about. Let's go there. Let's go there. Let's talk about Martavis Bryant. Let's talk about Martavis Bryant because the people were kind of like getting really upset about the trade that we made from 10 to 15. Now, obviously, Mackenzie was on the phone with the Stillers. I'll say it the way that they like to be called, the Stillers, to get rid of Bryant. Now, okay, got it. Bryant's got a problem with the weed. No two ways around it. So does Arden Key, by the way. And it's up to them in order for them to stay straight, to stay able to play. So, Steelers said we wanted a third-round pick. and for Martavis Bryant. And, you know, we acquired that third-round pick, so we didn't lose anything. We actually basically gained the pick just to shove him off to the Steelers to get Martavis Bryant. And it was funny because, again, I think I might have said this on another broadcast, is that my buddy who's a Steelers fan got all real, I don't want to say high and mighty, but he's like, yeah, good luck with that on a one-year rental on a guy that's only good for one pattern. Yeah, it's bad blood because he's no longer on your team, so you can talk bad about him. Yeah, it was a free pick and a steal. I agree. Ray's got it too. And I counted the games that I'm going to be at least 7 at least 7 games, if not 8 games this year. So you guys look for me. I'm not saying out in Oakland albums because I'm going to be moving around. I got Miami. I'm going to Cincinnati. I'm going to be in London. I'll be in Oakland for the opener. I'll be in Oakland probably for the Kansas City game. And I got tickets. Club seats. You know what, Chris? That might be so. Yeah, and about, I'm looking at your comments. Key, yeah, I got you on Key, but you know what? I think Key, and the thing I think it's kind of like iffy about Key is he's from LSU, and I not to piss off anybody like Popeye. Popeye's an LSU fan, but the athletes that come out of LSU, their program, they're just scary because they're very undisciplined. They have all the ability in the world, but they're just so undisciplined. I might be going to the Ravens game, John. I'm going to try to make it up there. I'm trying to make the Baltimore game, so we'll see you guys there. Hopefully so. But getting back to Bryant, the guy said that Martavis Bryant's only good for one route pattern. But you know what? If he does it well, if he stretches the field like he's supposed to, and by the way, he can catch the ball. Unlike, the receivers that were dropping everything in sight last year, we got some guys that can really catch the frickin' ball, okay? Martavis Bryant is not known to be a guy that drops a lot of balls, okay? Yeah, I'm trying to go back to Arizona as well, Nate. And I liked the weekend I had out there. I think I'll enjoy it. So I'm trying to get, in fact, after this, I'm looking for some tickets to Arizona. Bryant's going to be very successful with the Raiders. The guy we got from the Packers, people are poo-pooing that. Nelson is going to be an asset from the Packers. The guy can run routes. He's kind of like Fred Biletnikoff, and he can run the route. He's going to be where he's supposed to be, and if you put the ball where it's supposed to be, Nelson's going to grab the ball. He's going to be there for the first time. Of course, we know how good Cooper can be. There you go, Cooper, Nelson, Bryant. I don't know about the best wide receiver trio, but I would say top 3, John. I would say top 3 because we're going to have a lot of good issues with them. Nelson, Cooper, Bryant, running. There you go. These guys get it. Jordy, Eat. There you go. Between all of those guys, and oh, by the way, and the thing about the tight end is because Gruden likes tight ends that can block. But, of course, the guys who are going to have that, they better be able to block. But then when they get the opportunity, they better be able to catch the ball. So, Jordy Nelson, Martavis Bryant, Amari Cooper is going to have a fantastic year. In fact, the battles that we're going to have for the wide receiver position is going to be, wow, it's going to be such a battle for who's going to pick up the 4 and 5 spot. And are we going to have 6? Because Gruden likes the fullback, and there's going to be make sure that they have at least two fullbacks on the roster. Yeah, like I said, Chris has got it. He's worth a spot. Could be an all-star, all-pro, But like A. Stephen Smith says, and I don't call him Stephen A. Smith, it's A. Stephen Smith, ASS. Yeah. Stay off the weed, man. I don't mind it from our folks out there. I personally don't. Sorry, I have a job where I can't smoke dope. But if you're a football player, better stay off the weed. If you're not playing, you got to stay off the weed. Keith Smith, Beast, there you go. You guys got the rosters. You know about the fullback. And you know what? There's also, with Chris Warren, either the second or junior coming in, don't count him out either, because he's going to be a beast in the backfield. I don't even know if Doug Martin's going to make the team. I do know in my mind that one of them between D-Wash and Richard are going to be gone, because you can't have the same person. There's too many roster spots, too little roster spots, and you can't have the same person. No hating on the trees, bro. Explain that, Glenn. Being what, tree huggers? I don't know. It's a good joke, or I try not to hate on the trees. I am a Lorax and I speak for the trees. How's that? How's that, Glenn? Ain't dissing on the trees. And I don't diss on the Stanford Cardinals either. See what I did there? Richard is gone. I think so as well. Hurst steal the draft. We've already gone to about that. Oh, you like the Lorax thing. See, I am a little older. We need to protect our car. That's true. That's true. Yeah, I'm full of it, ain't I? So, run to set up the pass. That Williams said it, and it's true. It's true, because Gruden is a ground and pound guy. When we were here, or when he was here last, remember we had John Ritchie, we had Zach Crockett, guys that were going to eat those tough yards, and then we had the backs in Wheatley and Garner to come in and get everything else. Maybe, John. I don't know, because remember, you only have so many positions, and we're going to have 2 fullbacks probably. So if you carry 6 running backs, that's a bit, with 2 of them being fullbacks. So let's say you carry 4 running backs, okay? You know that probably D-Wash is going to be 1. You know that Lynch is going to be 1. You know that D-Wash, Lynch, maybe Doug Martin. I think Chris Warren might make it. Yeah, okay. So we'll see. I mean, it's what? May? I knew it was an M. Knew it was a month with an M. But you figure, yeah, Hood's been dropped already, John. Hood was released. And because there is a good segue here, let's talk about the tackle position. They were saying that Penn was in good shape for the mini camps. No, I got no worries, partner. I miss things too. So I didn't even know that EJ was signed on our show from Thursday. So that's why we're here talking, man. It's for the collective good that we all talk about things. This way we all get attuned, so we're all up to date. I don't need to scream into a microphone. And, well, I do scream into a microphone with my yarg. I admit that. I do. You heard that on the promo. I'll try not to, do it too much. So Nate says that D-Wash is the odd man out. Okay. That's going to be the battle there, Nate, between D-Wash and Richard, because I think D-Wash has more upside, and I think Richard has peaked. Predict. Okay, Johnny, you put me on a spot. The first things that I had when we were going through that, and Kamish kind of got on me, I said, this is going to be a year where the team needs to get together and gel. And I said that this is not going to be as rosy of a year as everybody predicts it to be. That was even before the schedule came out. So I predicted could be 7-9. Could be, no, that's a little bit too high, Jason. You get by at least the game. Yeah, I know Richard has produced, but he's also fumbled more. And I think that D-Wash, remember, D-Wash was in the doghouse under Jack Del Rio for what we don't know. Del Rio's gone, so it's a brand new staff. So it's all what Gruden and the running back guy, and I think that's Edgar Bennett, by the way. Edgar Bennett is either, in fact, I got it here. Edgar Bennett's either the wide receivers coach or the running backs coach. Let me see what I got. Okay, Bennett is the wide receivers coach. Running backs is Jamal Singleton. See, it's a good thing I keep these notes, right? I think it's between them. I think, yeah. Well, I knew. Jay, I had it. I had Jay. Thanks for clarifying. Tommy's got it. What I think could be the best. Jonathan's got it as well. I think it's going to be 7-9, 9-7. Now, when the schedule came out, I said 10-6, and John's got it as well. You can see this is the thing. The gamut is, okay, I'm thinking 7-9 is my bottom. Okay. 10-6 is the top. That's a 3-game swing. Chris, 14-2 is rather high. 13-3, Johnny, is rather high. 12-4 would be great. I don't think it's there. My top, and I did this with the commission when the schedule came out. He said, you got to pick him. You got to pick him. You got to pick him. Okay. So when we did the picking, if you guys were there for that show, my totals were 10-6. Commish had us at 11-5. Okay, Nate, I got you. But Nate, I'm going to say something. Don't be offended. Don't be offended. When you are the running backs coach or you are the head coach, then your decision counts. And that's for all of us. I can say something and you can say something and you can say, well, he can't do this. But it's not being you. And again, Nate, that's nothing against you. So please, this is me and you, man. Nothing against, we're all expressing our opinions. And if you say that, that's great. That's your opinion. And it ultimately will go down of the season as to who makes it. Glenn's optimistic as well. Again, I say tops 10-6. And here's the thing. Whoever is the running backs, they're going to have a tough road to hoe because this is a Gruden system. This is a ground and pound system. The wide receivers get their targets. And, when Nelson went to the team, Tim Brown even expressed or sent him a Twitter fall. Hey, thanks, Nate. I appreciate it because sometimes, people get pissed off in these conversations, and I don't want to do that, man. We're all fans here, and I just want to make sure we express our opinions. Richard is a catch back. You know what? But maybe Washington wasn't given the opportunities. Remember, we had a bad offensive coordinator last year. So we'll see. We'll see. Because it's not what I think, although I'll tell you what I think. And I think D-Wash is going to make it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I don't get paid by the Raiders yet. Hopefully one of these days. So it all depends on what the staff wants. And remember also, if you go by special teams, then Richard has the upper hand. But if Switzer is going to be the man at punt return, and he doesn't fumble a lot of the balls, and then the kid that we were talking about before, Harris, could be there we go. Fantasy football. Yeah. Oh, please don't get you started. I got you. Yeah. This is a no doubting zone. Thank you. Thank you, John. Harrison Switzer. There you go. And that's what I was going to say. Harrison Switzer as the kick returners and the punt returner, especially punt return, because remember the kick return game is the way that they're setting it up. They're going to get rid of it. They're going to get rid of it. And you know the guys that are doing the XFL again, you know, the McMahon family, they're looking for this because they're going to actually have people that are headhunting, then the kicking game, and it's going to be a lot more. Shall we say, go back to the old school, you know, knock guys out. So we'll see. I think that because of Switzer and Harris being here, I really think that D-Wash is going to be there. Again, is my opinion. So lots of love for what you were saying there, shipmate. No worries there, Nate. It's all between you and I and everybody that's here. So we're talking. And it's 7:51. Yeah, I know. I was just bringing up about the XFL. I actually think, and what I really think is going to stick is the league that has, what's his name? The guy that was the general manager of the Colts that's on TV. Okay, he's ex-GM for the Colts. I think like the developmental league in the spring that has real ability with real coaches, like Steve Spurrier is going to be the coach in Orlando. I think that league personally is going to do well. And good segue. I like John. Thanks for the segues. I was going to talk about the linebackers as well. Back in the old days, I agree. Old hit. Okay, John. Thanks for the segue. Because that's the last thing I want to talk about while we have time is the linebacker position. Is, you know, with DJ signed, and personally, I like Navarro Bowman. No, I'm not talking about the arena football. I'm talking about the new upstart league, Nate, in a couple years. That has, you know, it's basically like a NFL junior. Yeah, I think that one's going to survive. And getting back to the linebackers, thanks for sharing as well, Jason. I'm getting to that as well. Let's talk about guys. Lamore is there. Whitehead is there. Okay, these are guys that know how to play linebacker in a Gunther system. That's why they were signed. They know what's going on. Okay, they're going to be there. I think they're going to last. Unlike, you know, Giacomini, who I don't think is going to be there. He knows the system that Cable runs, and that's why he was signed. But I think he's not going to make the roster. Why? Because we have a lot invested in Parker and Miller. And Nate brought up that Miller has gotten some injuries. Okay, I'll go with that. I mean, I'm sure you know more about UCLA than I do. But they're going to make the team, obviously, and you know that's what we got. That's why we draft them. So if we draft them to do the things that we want, with Lamore being drafted signed as a free agent, with Whitehead being signed as a free agent, these are the guys that know Gunther's system. Okay, so Markel Lee was going to be it was earmarked to be the middle linebacker last year, which I thought was a mistake. And it turned out to be a mistake because he was in over his head. The problem is that Ken Norton Jr. had no clue anyway. Yeah, and thanks, Matt. That's my next segue. You guys are on, man. I can't get anything by you. I think that we still, if Bowman doesn't want to move the family, and this comes down, it's a personal thing. If Bowman does not want to move the family and he wants to pop out and wants to stay, okay, then I think that he will be back at a price that we want. If he wants to stay in the Bay Area, I think that there is a need for him. I got it, Jason. If he lessens his amount that he's asking for, because obviously he's asking for too much, because if he was asking for a decent amount, somebody would have signed him by now. Somebody would have signed him right now. Was it we found with the commissioner and I were talking, he said that he said something about $9 million. Really? $9 million for Navarro Bowman? No. 4 to 5, maybe, I think is reasonable. And on a 2-year deal at that. Maybe 3 or like 2 years with an option, averaging out to about 4 or 5 a year. Thanks, Nate. That's what I'm saying. A lot of it comes down to, happy wife, happy life. Hey, great segue for Mother's Day too, right? Happy wife, happy life. So if she doesn't want to go anywhere, he's going to stay. 2-year for there. See, that's what I'm saying. Jason's got it. Jason, I got to meet you, man. You and I think alike. Shipmate. Make sure that you come meet me. And remember, guys, I don't look like this when I go to the games. You know what I look like. I hope so. You know what I look like when I go to the games. I look like the cat. So look for the beard and look for the pirate gear. That's me. That's my uniform. Look for the captains. So definitely see me at the games. So we did a little bit of we had a discussion here. Talked about the wide receiver position a little bit. We talked about the offensive line a little bit. We talked about the linebackers a little bit. Talked about the running backs. And we talked about, even without saying it, how, okay, in Miami, knock wood, brother. As long as I'm living and breathing, that's no guarantee. That's no guarantee. I will be here. I will meet everybody I can. Share this up. Please, if you enjoy the conversations that we have on Raider Reaction, share them on your timeline. Tell folks about us. We are here. Oh, I wish, Jason. Like I said, I got a zipper chest already, big guy. Well, hey, Chris, we'll talk about whatever he's worth, but I want him on the team. I do. I want him on the team, and I think he wants the rustic Captain Jack. I love you, Leslie. You still owe me some pizza, honey, or home-cooked meal. I love home-cooked meals, too. But again, going to the Pit and the Raider game. I'm selling my Pittsburgh tickets, my club seats. So I'm looking at least probably, not that I'm trying to juice anybody, but it's a night game. At least get $100 extra. So whatever, my seats, and I just looked at them, they're $190 each. So that 2 is 4. That's what, 380, 500. There'll be, if you want to go to the Pittsburgh game, club seats, second row. I'm not sure what the section is, but I think it's around the 10, 20-yard line. Kind of looks right at the corner of the black hole. Get a hold of me. I'll call it here. 500. So we'll go from there. That's $250 a pop. I'm not here to sell tickets. I'm just saying if you guys want to go. So I'm not going to go out for the Pittsburgh game. It's late in December. Or actually, it's early in December. I think the last game I'm going to go to is going to be I think it's going to be the Kansas City game at Oakland, as far as in Oakland. But again, guys, I've been talking, been coming up on an hour. I've enjoyed it. I get a chance to talk with you. Make sure, like I said, if you like it, make sure that but you got to get with me here because I'm going to put them online. Maybe we'll see what the price is. But get with me. Share Raider Reaction if you like it. And I hope you do because you wouldn't be here otherwise. So always good to see you guys. Thank you, Leslie. And, yeah, it's 8 o'clock. I'm getting off. I got to go watch. I got a hockey game to watch. And then I'm going to watch the finale of, what do you call it, the history about moving through time. I can't remember what the name of it is. Thank you. Pleasure's mine. Captain Jack, to you, I'm saying it. Yarg! Raider Nation, we will see you next time. Take care. Have a great week coming up. You'll see me Thursday with the commish. Maybe Wednesday. We'll see what's going on. Take care, guys and gals, mates and wenches. Bye-bye.